Okay, hi everybody. I am absolutely speechless. Okay, this is gonna be now. What I'm not going to. I would probably. I'll mention because this is gonna be Hunter. Yo, so many shits happened in this episode 140. Just, oh my god! But I did see 139 because I missed it from last week on vacation. But not a lot happened in that episode. Not to say, I mean, all it really was. I'm just going to briefly mention it. Not really a review or anything. Just briefly mention it. It was Hisoka and Killua's brother. They meeting up and talking about aluka's powers and the whole situation and all that jazz. And then after that, we have Killua obviously meeting aluka. She calls him Oni-chan. And and so on and so forth. And basically, he decides because he requests, she requests the requests of him, like kill yourself, which weirdly enough he did, but he's not really dead. And then, the other two requests, and he was supposed to, at that moment in that episode, make his wish, and then that would have been it. But the drawback of this is that it would the cost of that wish would be immense, like tens of thousands of people. Like from what I heard in that episode, it had to do like they had to sacrifice. It wouldn't just be Killua. It would be the Zoldyck, the Zoldyck, the entire Zoldyck family. It would be very immense. But yeah, that's basically what happened in an episode, and they go ahead and leave. Now, let's get into this episode, though. 140. All I say is this: Lirio could possibly be. He's up there. I'm not gonna put him on Hisoka level, but I am definitely putting him like true shit. Like a badass motherfucker. A badass motherfucker. A badass guy who just gets shit done. And before we get into that with Lirio, we have apparently certain we get the situation with the election in this episode as well. But it's not a big thing. All it really is and talking about the election and how it's not working, and the Zodiac dog, she's like saying how she really hates, Pariston. And when I heard about this episode, I didn't know what transpired. I thought what Lirio was gonna do was gonna punch Pariston. Yeah. I thought he was gonna punch his lights out, but that's not what happened. But we get that in the election arc, and then towards the end we get something else. But with Killua, he leaves the compound of. He also in episode 139 threatened his mother. God, so. Ugh. But he gets to the very end of the compound, of the Zoldyck compound, and he has a conversation with Moro. And he almost kind of spilled the beans, because the whole situation is that they labeled him as level 4, which is the situation with his father, with Killua's father, basically stating that if he intends to leave the compound with aluka, some restrictions need to be made. And one of these restrictions is is that he can't mention her abilities at all. No one could see her with these abilities activated also. And I think there was another one that was stated. So Gudo, you know, the guy with the coin, he shows up. I forgot that one, the other butler's name. Candace? Big name with a C. She shows up as well, along with this humongous woman, old woman. I think her name was Saboe. You know? And she was massive, and it's just like, she's basically telling Killua, I'm not that lenient like your father and Gota, the coin. So if he steps out of line, she's just gonna. So that's essentially what's being done here, and there's no leeway. He can't mention her abilities in front of people outside the family. And then there was this one part. Aluka, she asked the old lady, you know, Subo, for her pinky nail. Like, her pinky fingernail. And she just ripped it off. I was like, holy shit. Now it's basically what happened. And they basically go on their way, and they go in a car, and they're headed to Ragonis. Now, they're on the phone. Goto's on the phone with somebody. And he's talking to this person, He says, I can't answer that question, And you just hear this loud, just whatever. It's Lirio. I was like, yo. I dare want to say Brooklyn Rage. Everybody's going to say Bunkai, Lirio, Brooklyn Rage. But basically screaming in the phone, saying, I want to talk to Killua, and so on and so forth. And the gist of it is Lirio's there because obviously we've gone. And like everyone's there. It's not just Lirio. Biscuit's there. Everyone from the Hunter examination. So a lot of people came to help Gon through this tough time. And Goto, he's on the phone with Lirio, and he tells Lirio, Killua is risking his life here. He went against his family and also Jess. And then, he gives the phone to Killua and he says to Lirio, listen to what Goto says. Hopefully I probably fucked up that name, but I apologize about that. And so on and so forth. So what transpires is they need to evacuate the hospital. They can't do that because it's nearly impossible. So they're going to set up a place in the parking lot for this to transpire and make sure nobody sees them. Because if people find out about Aluka and her abilities, cat's out of the bag. But that's not what made me LOL'd in this episode. That was awesome, that part with Lirio. But what Lirio did at the end of this episode, he went, listen, he G-checked the motherfucker. I don't care. I don't give a shit. He G-checked him. He G-checked him. G-checked the motherfucker. Even though it seemed like it was done on purpose. So, we have that scene, and he's walking back, Lirio, and he's calling Kurapika. Kurapika, and this is like the first time I'm seeing Kurapika since, Newton? York New City arc? I would say. And apparently, that, and I guess you can say Greed Island, but. And he's basically sitting down in a suit, looking at his phone. And then we just have Lirio and he's walking to, and I was like, yo, is this guy going to where the election's taking place? Sure enough, that's where Lirio went. I was dying when this happened. I just couldn't believe this shit went down. So, what ends on happening is he goes there, and it's all the Zoldycks are there, and shit, and all the hunters, they're basically having an open forum concerning the election. So, Lirio gets up, because they're asking everyone any questions about, So he gets up, and he asks a question to Ging, and he's like, how come you won't go visit your son? And Ging basically says, he's like, who are you? I'm one of his buddies. I'm like, oh. And he basically states, Ging, oh, I heard that Gon has a lot of friends, so he doesn't need me there. And let me tell you something right now. Lirio got so pissed. I was loving this shit. And here's another thing that I'm pretty sure, I haven't read it, the manga, but I'm pretty sure we're obviously going to find out what Lirio did. Training went through, everything. Hopefully. But he's like, you should go there. And he's screaming the hell out of Ging. He's telling him you should go visit your son. He'll probably get better. He's like, did he tell you this? Does he want me there? And then he got so pissed, Lirio, he punched the fucking podium that was there. Because it was, the podium, by the way, was like a long ways off from where the stage was. Punches the podium. This hole appears in the ground. And just electricity goes through the ground out where Ging was sitting. And this hole opens up. And Lirio's fist comes out and punches fucking Ging in the face. Oh my god. I don't give a shit. He got G-check there. Lirio G-check Ging, man. That was awesome. Though, it seems from what I'm realizing, chances are Ging probably could have dodged that. Yeah, it is. I mean, Jing's a Zodiac. I mean, I can't. It's not like he's a 2-star hunter. I can't see it being like that was done, like literally, Lirio caught him off guard. I mean, I still think it's more along the lines that Ging didn't do anything. He wanted that to happen. Everyone was speechless, like, holy shit. That was just so amazing. And that's basically what happened in the episode. He's on his back. He got shot like 2 or 3 feet from where he was sitting. Oh, it was amazing. I was also for that. But that's pretty much what happened. And it's fucking crazy. That was amazing. But also we find out a Nen exorcist did show up to help Gon, but even that person couldn't do anything for Gon. So, but essentially, that's basically what happens. Overall rating, I would give this a 4.5. I know you want to give it a 5, but 4.5. And it seems like next week, holy shit, it gets even more crazier. Because next week, it's it's Killua and his butlers. They're going there, but apparently, because Killua went against his family, next week, his brother and Hisoka, I think, are going to be fighting one of the butlers. That shit's going to be amazing. Because it said magician versus butler, so I'm guessing that's what's going to transpire. But overall, holy shit, it was an amazing episode. Lirio, I wanted to say Brooklyn Rage, but Leorio. It's Leorio. He was awesome. That was fucking amazing. I mean, give props. Give major props. Hopefully later on when the anime goes further in, we find out what training he did. But I don't know what move that was, what abilities that was, whatever. I don't care. That was fucking amazing. Holy shit, Lirio, man, awesome. He was just awesome in this episode. The yelling and shit. That was him. He went ham. He G-checked. He G-checked. I know I shouldn't say that, but yeah. But yeah, it's pretty much the story. Next week's gonna be even better. Holy shit. 4.5 out of 5. I'll see you guys later. Bonkai 922. Lirio. Okay, Lirio! Yo! Give this guy a drink. Give this guy a margarita. And some, I don't know. I'll see you guys later. Peace.